Hello, my name is Emily, and my colleagues Jenna and Maria will be assisting me in going over question 6 from Mat 139 AH1. Question 6 says, on March 1st there are 40 leaves on a tree. For a while the total number of leaves doubles each week. Let f of t represent the total number of leaves on the tree at t weeks since March 1st. Letter A says, find an equation for f. The first thing we want to do is we want to create a table. In the x column we are going to have t for weeks, and in the y column we are going to have f of t for leaves. And in that x column we're going to put 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in the y column we're going to start off with 40, since that's the number of leaves that we started off with on March 1st. And we're going to times it by 2 since it is doubling. So 40 by 2 equals 80. 80 by 2 equals 160. 160 times 2 equals 320. And 320 times 2 equals 640. And our table should look a little something like this. And we're going to revert back to A, which says find an equation for f. So we're going to start with our y-intercept, which just happens to be 40, because we start off at 0 weeks, and we have 40 leaves on the tree. And so what we're going to have is we're going to have f of t equals 40 b times t. And then since we are timesing it, well, doubling it exponentially by 2, our b is going to be by 2. So we are going to have f of t equals 40 times 2 to t. And so our final equation should look just like the bottom one, which says f of t equals 40 times 2 to t.
In order to find the answer for number 6, letter B, you have to plug in 6 to the equation f of t equals 40 times 2 to the t. So we will plug in 6 for every t in the equation. 2 to the 6 is 64. So f of 6 equals 40 times 64. 40 times 64 is 2,560. In terms of the situation, this means that there will be 2,560 leaves on a tree after 6 weeks in 1 year.
Part C asks for the equation when t equals 52. So we write our equation. The equation asks us what's f of t when f equals 52 weeks. So we plug in 52 for weeks. Now we use our calculator, because sometimes it's difficult. 2 to 52nd is a large number, so it would be and since that's 2 to the 15th, that's like 10 to the 15th. So now we'll multiply this by 40, and we will get and that is a very large number. Imagine 1.8, but with the decimal moved about 17 places. That would make it a very large number. In terms of the situation, what this means is that if a tree is growing leaves for 52 weeks, which it does not, a tree cannot grow leaves for 52 weeks as trees lose their leaves, and go through a period when they do not have leaves. So that is why this is what we call a model breakdown, because that does not make sense in terms of the situation. Trees cannot grow leaves for 52 weeks.